Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. So, this webinar is about solving business challenges, where we will be handling the challenge of transitioning to Zoho Writer from legacy tools. So, thank you for taking the time to join us. This session is especially designed for teams and organizations who are currently using tools like Microsoft or Google Docs and are evaluating Zoho Writer as their next document creation tool.
That's right, Gautam. And the focus of today's session is very simple and practical. We want to address the real questions and concerns that come up when teams think about moving away from legacy tools.
Yes. So, over the last few months, we have spoken to many customers and prospects who told us their biggest challenge is not functionality but confidence. Questions like: will my existing documents still work? Will my team be comfortable using a new tool? Will the automations break? Or will daily work be affected?
So, today's webinar is exactly about all that. How Writer builds trust in the transition, reduces friction for your teams, and helps you move forward without disrupting the way you already work.
Exactly. We'll walk you through the most common fears we hear and when an organization's plan a move from legacy tools. And we'll also show you how Writer is designed to make that transition smooth, familiar, and enterprise ready.
By the end of this session, you'll feel confident that adopting Writer does not mean starting over. It simply means continuing your existing document workflows on a more modern app. Before we get started, just a quick housekeeping note for everyone joining us today. The recording of this session will be shared with all the registered participants after the webinar. You can revisit the session or share it with your team later. For a better viewing experience, we recommend switching to the top bar or sidebar layout. You can change this from the three-dot menu on your meeting toolbar, so the screen and slides are easier to follow. We'll also have a dedicated Q&A session towards the end of today's webinar. In the meantime, please feel free to post your questions at any point during the session using the Q&A tab, and we'll address them during the session and in the closing segment. Before we jump into the questions, let me quickly set the context for today's session. We are going to address 12 real business questions that typically come up when teams think about moving to a new document creation tool. We'll start by looking at document compatibility and reuse so you can clearly understand what happens to your existing Word files, PDFs, and forms. Then we'll talk about user impact and training and what this transition actually means for everyday users and power users in your teams. We'll also cover the core editor capabilities and how the product supports creation, formatting, and collaboration without changing how your teams already work.
Well, building on that, we'll then move into how the application supports workflow and collaboration, especially for review, approval, and controlled sharing scenarios that most organizations depend on today. From there, we'll look at automation and document generation, including how high volume documents and structured forms can be generated and managed reliably. We'll also cover customization, localization, and global scale so that you can see how the application supports multi-region operation and standardized templates across teams and countries.
After that, we'll address an equally important area, which is enterprise readiness and security. This includes governance, access control, compliance expectations, and how the product fits into enterprise environments.
And finally, we'll talk about cost and licensing, followed by how AI-driven document intelligence supports drafting, review, quality checks, and digitization. So by end of the session, you will have clear answers to all that key questions that you usually decide whether a team feels confident about moving into a new document tool. And before we move to the first question, I'd also like to add one important point for context. Across Zoho itself, with more than 55 plus applications and multiple internal teams, Zoho Writer is the platform used for everyday document needs, from HR and marketing to finance, operations, and product teams. Zoho runs its internal documentation and workflows on the same platform, which is Zoho Writer, that you'll be seeing today. So let me quickly jump and so we have divided the questions into sections where the first section is document capability. So Raksha, can we move to Zoho Writer without losing document integrity and business productivity? What really happens to things like if fields, mail merge logic, macros, track changes, pagination, and fonts when we move our documents to the application?
Yes, you absolutely can move the app, move to Writer without losing document integrity or productivity. Writer is compatible with most word processors, so your documents can be picked up and worked on immediately after migration. Conditional content, such as if fields, are preserved. Track changes and comments, including multi threaded comments, are also retained as they are. From a layout perspective, pagination and the fonts used in the document are kept consistent. Organizations can also upload their own fonts to maintain branding consistency. As far as mail merge is concerned, the templates can be brought into Writer and the mail merge configuration and execution can be set up using Writer's simple UI based merge setup. Similarly, for automation built using macros, those are not carried over as is. Instead, the tool provides its own built-in automation capabilities to help teams continue and extend their document workflows in a more scalable way. We just addressed how Writer protects document integrity during migration, including pagination, fonts, etc. That naturally leads to another practical concern teams raise during transition. So, Gautam, does Writer enable us to reuse existing PDF documents and paper forms without rebuilding them from scratch?
Yes, absolutely. Zoho Writer supports both merge templates and fillable templates, so teams can continue using their existing PDF documents and even paper based forms without redesigning them. You can upload your existing static PDFs or scanned paper forms and convert them into fillable templates. And you can use that as a fillable template and collect data. Or you can also convert the PDFs into merge templates for generating personalized documents in bulk.
Also, how easy is it to prepare those forms once they're loaded into Writer?
Well, Zoho Writer uses an AI powered assistant to automatically detect form fields from the uploaded PDF and even adds labels into it. This means most of the form structure is created for you, saving a significant amount of manual effort and helping teams to move faster during transition while still keeping their familiar form layouts intact. So now let's move on to the next section, which is user impact and training. Well, when we talk about user impact and training, this brings us to a different question. So, how different is Zoho Writer's interface from legacy applications like Microsoft Word?
This is one of the areas where we have focused heavily to make the transition comfortable. Writer follows a classic toolbar and layout that closely matches what users are already familiar with in Word. Core concepts such as styles, track changes, comments, headers, and sections are available in the same familiar structure. You can start editing, reviewing, and collaborating almost immediately. This is also helpful while addressing the concerns of power users. They can move their documents and continue working in the same way while benefiting from collaboration and automation capabilities built into the tool. It is also completely possible to run both systems in parallel during the transition. Teams can continue sharing documents as docx and other supported formats whenever required for customers or external partners. We just discussed how familiar Writer feels for teams coming from legacy editors and how adoption does not require a major change in working style. Let's now move on to its capabilities. This raises the question, Gautam, does the product fully support our day to day document needs around creation, formation, and layout?
Well, that's definitely a structure. The product is designed to handle complete business grade document creation and layout requirements. It supports both left to right and right to left writing, which is important for teams working in regional and multilingual environments. You also get rich text formatting, reusable and customizable styles, and strong section level controls to manage complex documents like which has headers, footers, page numbering, and multi-page layouts are also fully supported to help teams structure professional documents. The product also supports tables, images, and charts so that teams can build reports, proposals, and structured documents without depending on any external tools. For collaboration and quality control, track changes and commenting are available throughout the document where multiple users can work on the same document at the same time with real time collaboration. So teams can create, format, review, and collaborate on documents end to end within the same platform without compromising on layout or presentation needs. So now that we have covered how Writer supports these categories, a natural follow-up to this would be, can our teams access, edit, and manage documents anytime and everywhere, even whenever there is no connectivity, or let's say whenever there is low internet connectivity environments?
Teams can access their documents through the product's web, desktop, and mobile apps and continue working even once the user comes back online. All changes made during offline work are automatically synced back to the same document. This ensures version safety and avoids manual uploads or rework. For users who operate in remote or restricted network locations, the desktop app allows them to fully work offline on their documents. They can work on the files stored on their computer and save them locally as well without syncing it to the cloud. Alright, we just saw how the product supports teams to work seamlessly across web, desktop, mobile, and even offline. In the next section, let us talk about workflow and collaboration capabilities. Naturally, when we talk about workflows, most teams usually ask this question, can this tool fully replace our current document workflows?
Yes, the product is designed to support complete document workflows, not just document creation. While workflows from your existing tools are not automatically carried over, but Writer makes it very easy to recreate them using built-in review and approval workflows. And we also have a visual automation options in Zoho Writer. So teams can simply choose from pre-built workflow models, set due dates, and send automated reminders to your reviewers or approvals. And also, you can easily track the workflow's status, and this all is done without any coding. So completely, it is UI based. In addition to these, you can also add people who are not part of your organization as your document reviewers or approvers. So teams can move their existing review and approval process to Zoho Writer quickly, and in many cases, it makes them more structured and also easier to track than before. So now that we talk about workflows and collaboration, so once the documents are moving through more people and many stages, the next concern naturally is this: does writer simplify collaboration while still preserving control?
Yes, it does. Writer is designed to keep collaboration flexible without compromising on control. You can turn collaboration on or off at any time without removing the share permission for the document. So the document remains accessible, but editing can be paused whenever required. There is also an edit field values option where people can update only the form fields without changing the document structure. In addition, you can also lock critical sections and mask sensitive content so that only the right users can view or modify them. So collaboration stays simple and friction free, while control over structure and sensitive information is always maintained. So the next topic would be the platform's automation capabilities. The question in automation would be about its scale. When volumes increase, can writer really automate document creation instead of relying on manual effort?
Well, exactly, Raksha. This is one of Writer's strongest capabilities. The tool supports high volume document generation using mail merge for contracts, HR letters, proposals, invoices, and many other cases. Inside those documents, you can use formula and aggregations to calculate values automatically. And we also have options for you to show or hide sections based on certain conditions. So, a single template can adapt to many scenarios that you require. And not only that, templates can also be managed centrally, and commonly used clauses can be maintained in a shared clause libraries, which allows legal and HR teams to update content once and then reuse it anywhere they require. Well, not only that, Zoho Writer also supports API based document generation. So documents can be created automatically from systems like CRM or HR whenever the business events occurs. After generation, the documents can be produced in multiple output formats routed through workflows, or it can also be sent automatically using workflow triggers. This actually removes the entire manual process, and it's completely automated. So let me quickly show you a quick look on the automation builder. So here, as you can see, it's the trigger is happening and the filtered data is going through multiple merge options as per your preference based on the condition that you apply. And it can either be sent to email or it can be sent to sign collection based on your preference. So we have various cards on it, and the best part is you need to know the coding is not required to use these. All are simple UI based. You just drag and drop these elements into the automation builder and configure your own automations. So now that's been said, so let's quickly move on to customization and localization. So when we talk about localization, there is, let's say, one organization is operating across regions and countries. This comes up as a quick question. So they would like to know whether Zoho Writer supports enterprise level customization, localization, and internalization for global teams.
Yes, from a localization perspective, Writer supports multi-language document creation and multi-language templates. You can apply region-specific formats for dates, currencies, and even numbering styles, and also use language-specific spell check and typography to ensure local accuracy. Because Writer is cloud-based, teams across different countries can work on the same document. From a governance and compliance standpoint, it provides document audit trails, version history, and access logs. This makes it easy to track who created, reviewed, approved, or even shared a document across locations, which is essential for enterprise and regulatory needs. At scale, the same template can be used to generate high volumes of country specific documents using automation, conditions, workflows, and APIs. For enterprise customization, organizations can design templates with locked sections, configure multi-step approval workflows, integrate with CRM, ERP, and other business systems through APIs, and centrally govern templates to consistently enforce brand, legal, and organizational policy standards. As we move on, we just spoke about how the product supports global teams through localization and large scale document generation. That naturally leads to one important question. Is this product built to support enterprise scale operations today and tomorrow?
Well, that is a definite yes, Raksha. Across compliance, extensibility, scalability, and security, we'll just walk you through the options that we have. So, from a compliance standpoint, Writer supports widely accepted standards such as HIPAA, ISO, SOC, GDPR, and other regulatory requirements that enterprises generally look for. From a security and governance perspective, Zoho Writer provides encryption both in transit and at rest. We have control options for printing and downloading documents, and we have a detailed audit trail and activity tracking. And not only that, you can also provide access and permissions based on roles. And we have tightly integrated the third-party access as well when it comes to Writer. And when we talk about extensibility and integrations, organizations can build custom extensions, create custom integrations using Deluge, and automate process using webhooks to connect the Zoho Writer with their own internal systems. And finally, from a scalability point of view, the product is designed to handle enterprise workloads through high volume mail merge and large scale automated document generation. So teams can confidently grow without worrying about performance or operational limits. So let me quickly show you how you can access extensions within Zoho Writer. So here on the left panel, you can simply select, and we have got multiple third-party extensions. And we also have an option where you can customize and build your own extension. So now that we have covered about the enterprise readiness, the next option would be how to compare the cost. So when we talk about cost, so every organization will have this question before they make a move. So Raksha, how can we really compare the cost of Zoho Writer with other tools that are available on the market?
The simplest way to look at this is from a real budgeting and ROI perspective. The product delivers full professional document and automation capabilities at a very low entry cost. The base editor itself does not require a separate license. It is completely free to edit the documents. In Zoho Workplace, pricing typically starts at around $3 to $6 per user per month, billed annually. That already includes email, cloud storage, collaboration tools, and document creation and automation through Writer. For organizations that want a much broader business stack, Zoho One is available at roughly $37 per user per month and includes the product along with CRM, HR, finance, and many other business applications under a single subscription. What matters most from an ROI standpoint is consolidation. Writer can replace multiple standalone tools that companies usually pay for separately, such as word processing, mail merge, document generation tools, basic PDF editors, writing and grammar assistants, and lightweight automation tools. So instead of managing several licenses and vendors, organizations get a single app that covers document creation, collaboration, automation, and publishing in one ecosystem, significantly reducing both cost and operational complexity. We just spoke about how the product delivers value from a cost and consolidation perspective. That naturally leads to the next question many teams ask when evaluating modern word processors. Does Writer embed AI capabilities that genuinely improve document creation and automation rather than just acting as an add-on.
Well, yes, the product embeds AI across the entire document lifecycle. So, to begin with, Writer supports AI based content generation to create structured drafts such as emails, policies, reports, and proposal sections directly from prompts. All you have to do is just enter the prompt and the AI will do its part. So during review and refinement, the product offers smart editing and rewriting capabilities to improve the clarity, tone, or the length of your content. For quality and compliance, the product continuously provides grammar, spelling, and style checks along with readability and writing quality insights. It also includes plagiarism detection, allowing teams to validate originality before it's been published, approved, or it's been shared externally to the globe. This product can also generate summaries of long documents, and not only that, for global teams, this writer tool supports language translation for 74 languages, transliteration for 14 languages, and it has got 172 locales. Writer also provides word cloud visualization to highlight dominant terms in a document. Finally, Zoho Writer supports digitizing the paper forms and scanned documents and converts them into structured and editable documents that can be used in your own automated workflows. Overall, Writer's AI capabilities are not limited to writing assistance alone. They support drafting, editing, reviewing, localization, analyzing, and digitization. This helps improve your team's productivity and document quality end to end. And before we wrap up, let me quickly share what's cooking, which is our upcoming updates in Zoho Writer. So first, we're going to support native support for docx files. So very soon you'll be able to open, edit, and save docx files directly in Zoho Writer without having to convert them into another format. So this makes collaboration with partners and your teams who still work on Word files much smoother. Next, we have mail merge for CSV or Excel data, and we are going to extend it for the desktop application in offline as well. So even when you're offline, you'll be able to perform mail merge using the desktop application. And furthermore, moving on, we are going to provide a PDF editor. So this will allow users to edit PDFs completely offline, including making annotation and updates. This will also allow you to replace any existing PDF editors that you own already. So together, these upcoming enhancements further strengthen the product's offline readiness and its ability to work seamlessly with existing document formats and real-world business workflows. And now that we have come to the Q&A session, so we have just provided an outline, and the upcoming webinars are going to be based on how you can solve your business challenges. So it will be specifically focusing on topics. So we do conduct our webinars on every second Thursday of the month. So please do follow up.
All right, we've come to the end of this webinar. To wrap up today's session, we looked at the most common concerns teams have when moving away from legacy tools and how Writer addresses them with confidence. From preserving document integrity and reusing existing Word, PDF, and paper forms to familiar editing experiences, offline access, strong collaboration controls, automation at scales, enterprise integrations, localization, security, and built-in AI, Writer is designed to make your transition simple, predictable, and low risk. Most importantly, this is not about changing how your teams work overnight. It is about giving them a modern, secure, and scalable platform that fits naturally into their existing processes and grows with your business. If you would like to explore this further, you can reach out to us using the contact details shown on the screen. We offer 24/7 chat support, 24/5 phone support, And you can also email our support team anytime. We'll be happy to help you plan your transition and get started with confidence. Thank you for joining this webinar today.